Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin in Tucson, Arizona. Thanks for joining me today. I know you have lots of places to go for your numismatic information and entertainment, and today we have some Q&A stuff going on, and we get to talk about lots of fun things, including some coin shows that are coming up. As always, TucsonCoinshow.com. I hope to see you guys in Tucson in January. And just so you know, there are direct flights from Midway to Tucson. Well, there's like one, and it's late in the evening, but I'm telling you, that's a winner. Southwest, take it. All right, and for those of you who are traveling by RV, get out of the snow, get out of Iowa, come on down, take your RV. They give you a 10% discount at the casino to park your RV at their place, and it's going to be a good time. Also, there is a brand new coin show to tell you about that actually has not had any type of press release yet. This is some fanfare here, please. We're going to announce it for the first and not last time, because I'm planning on going to the Carson City Mint Show. And I don't know that there's an official tagline or title for this show yet, but September 20th and 21st, there will be a coin show at the Carson City Museum Mint. And I'm super excited because I've never been to Carson City. I've never seen the old mint. Hopefully I'll get to do something behind the scenes. We'll see what happens there. But you all get to come in and see. So it's a $10 admission that gets you into the museum and then also into the coin show. And so admission to the museum helps the museum out, obviously. And it's going to be interesting because this is, at least for this first year, is going to be kind of a niche show, a boutique show, if you will, because there's something like a dozen dealers. It's going to be small, quaint, if you're selling a house, and going to be very enjoyable. I'm looking forward to it. So anyone in the West who wants to go and see the Carson City Mint Museum, come on up, and maybe we'll try to schedule something else around that. We'll see what happens, September 20th and 21st. I'm excited for it. Ignore that emergency sound coming from behind you. Speaking of emergencies, has anyone watched the gold and silver market lately? So once again, if some of you are new to the gold and silver market, just a reminder that I have some videos talking about that. Nothing's changed. I mean, we're still in the this phase of the market where the market is basically reverted to pre-COVID market, and but you see all this stuff on the news, and some say that the end is near, and some say that we'll see Armageddon soon. I certainly hope we will, because I could use a break from all this stupid stuff. You know, I could use a vacation, and but if I took a vacation, I'd have to learn how to swim. So really, you'll see a lot of stuff on the news about gold and silver and on the radio and all this stuff. Just kind of ignore it. We'll click a link up here for some stuff. I'm not going to talk too much about it right now, but the gold and silver market, the price points change, but the market itself, in my opinion, is not that different than it was pre-COVID. So, all right, having said all that, let's get to some of your questions here. Questions and comments. Here we go. Miles, I think people already purchase coins based on the packaging. I did a video where I talked about, can the U.S. Mint packaging save their product line? And he goes on to say, look at the PCGS, NGC, and CAC holders. Some people, including myself, think that those are pretty cool packages. I'd like to think that I don't buy the packages at times, but then reality sets in. Well, thanks for the honesty check there. We all buy packages when it comes to coin products. I know that for me, I actually like older holders. I find them to be intriguing, a bit of history. It's like anything else that's older that's in the numismatic realm. You know, my little piece of paper here that has, you know, pictures of large cents from the Curiosity World from April of 1887. I mean, it's cool, right? It's old, and it has to do with coins. And so there's some of that as we move along the old timeline that we're going to look back and say, hey, I remember when. And that's kind of what happens. All right, here we go, from the world of obviousness. About the reals system, singular is real, never reale, and plural reales. You say 8 reales, not 8 real. He's wrong, I don't say that. I probably said it wrong 10 times whenever I make the videos. Ocho reales, my friends, or un real. Did I do that right? Thank you for the checkup on that. I actually like being corrected because sometimes I just say things and carelessly, and I apologize for my carelessness. All right, and so sometimes YouTube pops up user at user number QFD and like not using people's names. I don't know why. So thank you for the comment here. I have a question for you, Ben. Why is it that dealers don't use the PCGS and NGC as the price guides for determining how much something is worth, and they only use the gray sheet? This is a really good question. Thanks for that. So really, I think for a lot of dealers, they need to have as much as they can accuracy in the marketplace. And NGC and PCGS's price guides are not accurate. It's kind of like using the Red Book. I don't know why NGC and PCGS's price guides are inflated. People have lots of theories about that. As an example, I was just looking up a 1927S quarter for a customer, and it was XF45, and the gray sheet bid is about $1,200, and PCGS price guide had it at $1,500. Now, what I did then is I went to look at auction results, because on some of these coins, you kind of want to see what things are trading at to kind of understand. And the coins were very consistently trading in that $1,150 to $1,250 range, and so that $1,200 bid made sense, right? It felt like that's kind of where the market is based on auction results. Now, having said that, you know, auction results aren't the end-all and be-all, and also there is, to the nefarious, not nefarious side, but there are people who just want to use the PCGS and NGC price guide to justify their prices. So I always consider their prices to be high retail. There's exceptions for these things, of course, but as always, knowing the exact market on any given item is almost impossible. Remember, the reality is that the price of something, who gave me a pencil to wave around? The price of something depends a lot on just what the buyer and the seller agree upon, right? Because coins are not like, you know, bottled water. They're not units that are all the same. Each coin is actually going to have a very different look to it. And so don't commodify coins. Do not do it. Enjoy, you know, understanding the marketplace based on what things are trading at, what people want, what people get for coins. But remember that each of those coins looks very different. Now here I'm speaking very specifically about older coins. I'm not talking about bullion related items, which do look identical, and for all I care could be graded by AI. All right, here we go. Sweet coins, dude. What about cracking out a coin, saving the grade slip, and asking them to cross with that grade, or does it have to be in the slab? Thanks for the question. So when you send a coin in for a crossover grade, so it's already in one company's holder, you want to get it into another company's holder, it has to stay in that holder. You can't simply send it in raw with the label. They're just going to grade it whatever grade they see on it. The advantage to having a coin sent in and left in the holder is that there's not any downside for you. You know that if they don't want to put the coin in their holder at that grade, they will send the coin back to you in the holder it is already in. So there's no risk to you to losing that coin in its current state. But if you take it out, then all bets are off. All right, and finally here we're talking with Rusty, who says, why is it that coins that grade out proof 65 are less valuable than the same coin in mint state 65? All right, Rusty, thanks for the question. So, you know, that's something that a lot of times we look at, and it can be confusing because a proof coin oftentimes looks nicer than a mint state coin. It just has a really nice look to it with those mirror finishes. And at times we can kind of look at those and think that proof coins should just be more valuable than mint state coins. But what happens in a lot of instances is that it's just supply and demand. It's a matter of more people are collecting the mint state sets as trying to put their entire set of coins together than are collecting proofs. This actually happens quite a bit when you get back into older type coins. So think like 3-cent nickels and V-nickels and things of that nature. And even sometimes with more popular collected coins, like, well, Morgan dollars, I'm trying to think if there's actually an example. That's not a good example because Morgan dollars proofs are usually more expensive than the uncs, than the uncirculated are. So, but on a lot of those coins, you'll have these certain series where the mint state coin will have a really low mintage and a super low survival rate. And it may have a higher mintage than the proof coin, but the reality is if they made 700 of the proof coins, there's probably hundreds of them that still survive in a decent grade. Whereas you can have 10,000 mint state coins produced, they all enter circulation, they all get used up, maybe they get recycled, maybe they get melted, and so your survival rate on mint state coins from that era is going to be much lower than the proof coins. just by its very nature, a proof coin from the 1800s and early 1900s is probably something that somebody kept. And you would have looked at it and you would have said, oh, this coin here is not like my other coins, or you inherited it from somebody who actually bought a proof coin from the mint. And so you just kind of knew that it wasn't a coin to spend. Where you can really get in trouble is there are coins that actually people will take the proof coin, they'll keep it in their pocket for a while, get it circulated, and then try to sell it as a mint state coin. And that can be something that can really cost you a lot of money if you don't know the diagnostics for the difference between the proof and the uncirculated, because the coins, especially on something like my examples of a V nickel or a 3-cent nickel, the coins will look quite a bit alike, if not identical. Shield nickel is another one. A lot of those nickel coins from that time period had this happen. So you'll see that a lot. And then when it comes to modern coins, so your modern US commemoratives, I think that generally speaking, the mint state and proof coins in the secondary market kind of trade not a lot anyways, so there's not that much differentiation on those. But when you start looking at coins that are going to be mint state and proof from the 1900s, it varies quite a bit on what you're going to get, right? So things that are going to be from the 1970s and newer, the proof coins are super easy to get and super high grade. And the uncirculated coins, although they're easy to get, they might be harder to get in really high grade mint state, like 69 or 70 or what have you. So this changes over the timeline as far as which coins are harder to get and more expensive, the mint state or the proof. So let me know if you guys have any input on that topic. Thanks so much for watching today. Appreciate it. As always, I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.